What is up, everyone? And this is Mike Severance. Thank you all for tuning in again with another episode of Slaying with Sevy, man. And I'm actually back here in my hometown of Greenback, Tennessee. And right behind me here, we're at a little local marina on a lake known as Tellico Lake and search for some pre-spawn largemouth this time of year. I'm going to throw a ton of stuff at them right now. We're going to probably try some rattle traps, crankbaits, probably even flip and pitch a bunch of up under a bunch of docks today. Probably throw some jigs, maybe some worms. Just depends on what they're, see if we can get some bites on anything, I'm gonna try to cover a lot of water at first. But man, we've had a ton of rain this morning, so the water is really, really muddy right now. But not only that, I actually am seeing a bunch of the buffalo carp right now too, and that can actually make the bass fishing a little tough as well. And I'll probably show you all some of that today also, because man, there's so many right now. You can even hear them busting up under the boat. So it's gonna be a good one. We're gonna get into some fish today. Y'all stay tuned, and here we go. Alrighty guys, so I'm actually just gonna give y'all just a brief summary of kind of what I'm gonna throw at these fish today. I'm not saying that these baits are gonna be the ticket, but I have a pretty good feeling that we may catch a few on it to start off with. But the first one I think I'm gonna start off with today is this right here. This is just a 7-foot medium, just a lightning rod. I like to throw a lot of my smaller crankbaits on it. As you can tell, I got it rigged up with a little crawl colored pattern crankbait. This time of year, when it's springtime, those bass, man, they just really key in on the red and orange colors. It just actually drives them insane, and a lot of bass fishermen throw this color this time of year. So we're gonna see if they are interested in it right now. So yeah, we're gonna throw that around for a minute. I got it paired up with about a 6'4" gear ratio Shimano Corrado reel. Nothing too fancy, just something that can get the job done. It's a really good reel actually. It's a little bit older of a reel than what most people would throw, but man, I'll tell you, I've got some good fish on this setup here. The next one I have is actually a rod that I have had since I've been about, I don't know, 17 years old, and you can tell it's had some wear and tear to it. But this is a 7-foot medium heavy Abu Garcia combo. And I have it actually rigged up with a white rattle trap. I don't know if white is really the color. I was kind of debating on whether or not I really want to throw this color or not. But the water's so muddy right now, I know white will be presented a lot better than maybe some other colors right now. That's just my opinion. I'm not saying it's going to work, but we're going to throw it around and cover some water too if they're not keying in on these crankbaits. And I'm actually along a bunch of rocks, so I'm hoping I can bop these rattle traps and crankbaits off the rock and trigger a reaction strike of some sort. And then last but certainly not least, if these moving baits don't work and we find out that they are just kind of hanging to cover, I got a 7-foot medium rod rigged up with a 3-ounce jig, and I have it paired up with just a simple mini rage crawl in the watermelon red color, green pumpkin color. It's a good color. I actually will probably change this color because I think the water's a little too muddy for that right now. We'll probably go to a black and blue here soon. But yeah, that's just a brief update. And man, let's get enough talking. Let's get to some fishing. All right, guys, I'm gonna set them two down here, and I'm gonna pick up the old crankbait rod. Looks like we already got some. Look at this, right in front of me, chasing bait. Let's see if we can't smack one. Yeah, that color actually shows up a lot better than I thought it would. Here he is, guys. Fish on. Oh my gosh, good one. Good fish, good fish, good fish. Probably about two. Oh, this is actually, wow, this is probably about a 3-pounder. Good fish. That's like 4th cast, guys. Let's see if we can't get him in. Woohoo! It's a good one. Good fish. Oh, here we go. Whoa! Oh my gosh. This is a pretty good fish, guys. We're gonna risk him. We're gonna risk it right here. Oh man. Get on the ground and get this fish. Whew. Guys, we got him. We got him. Wow. What a fish. Heck yeah. That's a good start. That's what I'm talking about. Well, come on. Man, look at that, guys. Woo. Nice one. Nice one to start it off. We got some rain coming in now too. I'd say he's probably about 2.5 pounds. Pretty fish. Oh man, check this out too, guys. Look at his tail. I don't know if y'all can see that, but that is a red tail. That fish is coming up to spawn for sure. They're getting ready, but beautiful fish. Great start on the crankbait. So we learned that the crankbait is in play today. So let's get this girl released, get her back in the water. And there she goes. Good start, guys, good start. Let's get some more. Guys, I'm not gonna lie to you. Just the way this day is already kind of looking, with just the conditions, the time of year, the light rain, overcast, this is the type of weather where you can get into some good fish. And based off that fish right there, we may get into some more like that. Hopefully some bigger ones, of course. That was a good start, for sure, to say the least. That was a healthy fish. Well, it sure didn't last very long. It's starting to quit already. Never mind, here it comes. It's cool. It's funny with these marina docks. You can hear they extend so far out to the lake. You can kind of get a pre-warning of when the rain is coming. You can like hear it slowly coming your way, and here it comes in full effect. We may get soaked here for a minute, but I think it is supposed to pass. Ooh, that rain's cold too. Oh my goodness. Or fish on, fish on, fish on. I don't know what we got. Oh, there was a good one. Good night. And he came right off. Good grief. All right, so we know that they are liking the crankbait right now. That was a good fish again. Man, I didn't get a good hook set on that fish either. He just kind of was there. There's a fish. There he is. Fish on. What we got? He can come up here in a minute. Let's see what we got. There he is. They're on the crankbait, guys. They're on the crankbait right now. Whew. Fighting hard too. He ain't a giant, but he's fighting hard. We're gonna flip this one up actually, if I can get him to. Let's see if I can. We'll let him right out just a little bit. Oh, barely got him up. Oh! Chill, my friend. Chill. Chill. Good grief. I'm gonna do this and get finned. There we go. How about it, guys? Fish number 2 on the day. This one may be in the process of spawning too. His tail's a little red. So that's a good sign. We've really, because I'm gonna tell you, last week I couldn't really get on a whole lot of pre-spawning fish. We're gonna let this guy go. But I couldn't get on a whole lot of pre-spawning fish, and I just haven't been able to get any bites. But maybe it's gotten warm enough consistently, and we've had a lot of rain come in these past couple days, so it's probably rose the water levels to where these fish may be feeling comfortable enough to start coming up a lot more. So, but man, good start here. I'm gonna grab these. I'm actually gonna put them up under this dock. Hopefully the code's still right. Oh no. Oh, it is. Let's go. Thought we got the code wrong. Okay. Oh my goodness gracious. Wow. I don't know how to read this rain at all. This rain is crazy. Look, it's gone just like that. I hear it, but it's just, and here comes another wave. Look at this. Look at this, look at the wave. This is nuts. Wow, okay. A lot of times though, guys, is when it's raining, there is nothing wrong with rain. If it's a little excessive, that could be an issue. But when it's a light rain, it actually gets some stuff going. For the bass fishing anyway. Dude, he hit that on, fish on. He hit that as soon as it hit the top of the water. That bass did. Oh my gosh. I don't know how we gonna get him in. This is gonna be interesting. He's not a bad one either. He's fighting really hard. Oh. He's gonna make a jump here in a second. Keep him around. Oh no, he's gonna get me on this branch. I'm gonna try. He's not a giant, guys. I apologize. He's not no giant. But he is a bass. He'll count toward the numbers category for us today. Get a hold of him tightly because I do not feel like getting hooked today. Man, I just must have landed right on top of him. I'm not joking. As soon as it hit the water, I mean, I wasn't in shallow water either. There he was. Let's go. It's number 3. I'm gonna tell you guys, I've come out here plenty of times. I ain't caught nothing. It can be a grind sometimes. Got the old pant leg. Goodness, there we go. There's a fish, small. I mean, talk about little. Good night. Man, I was catching these in that pond yesterday. Look at that thing. That's a resin giant. Oh. Alright, let's get him back in the water if he'll let me. He's gonna release himself here. There we go. Alright guys, I'm gonna come back to where we first started. It looks like we had the reason I'm coming back down here is because we had a lot more activity right from the gate, so I figured I'd come back over here, at least try it one more time to see if we can't pick off a few more before we call it a night. We're losing daylight pretty quick. But man, it's been a pretty good day so far. We haven't caught a ton of fish, but we've caught some nice quality fish. And we've also caught the fish that have let me know that they are starting to come up and spawn, which is awesome, because that means if they're starting to come, that means the rest are on their way also. So I'm excited, because man, there are some big ones that will be coming up here soon. And it's a great opportunity for everyone who is just getting into fishing, especially bass fishing, to have an opportunity to catch a really big one. I mean, and if I don't catch a big one, I see someone else catch a big one, and they're like a young kid or something, man, that just brings so much joy to me, seeing that, because I know as soon as they catch it and get a picture with it and get to just experience that all around, man, they're gonna be hooked for life, hooked for life. And that's another thing too, when I take people that have really never gotten into fishing for the first time, I really try to put them on fish, because fishing kind of gets this bad rap that, you know, you just throw a line and a bobber and a hook out. Man, it's so much more than that. It really is. And if you can just show these people that fishing can be done in so many different ways, and you can catch these fish on so many different techniques, other than just throwing a bobber out and letting it sit and waiting for the fish to bite, man, show them how to bass fish, trout fish, crappie fish. Man, this stuff right here, this is what gets the blood flowing. So yeah, anytime I take somebody new fishing, that is my #1 priority, is to take them to at least a good community hole where they have an opportunity to catch a good one, or at least catch a bunch of them. So yeah, it's that time of year and it's special. Make a change. We're gonna tie on a spinnerbait. That's what I think I'm gonna do. We're gonna tie on a spinnerbait, see if that don't do us any good. I think it will. Alright guys, we made a switch. I'm actually gonna throw the spinnerbait around. We got a little bit of chartreuse with a little bit of white. We got a, this is a gray ghost swimmer on the back that I've paired it with just as a trailer. The light right now is getting really dim. So what I'm going to do is hopefully these blades will pop up a little bit better than that crankbait was. So that crankbait bite slowed down quite a bit. So I'm gonna, hopefully this thump and this flash will get the attention of some fish that may be pushed up here on the bank. So guys, I actually wanted to stop for a minute and kind of just go over some stuff for anybody that's really doing any bank fishing. And I know a lot of people probably know this, but I kind of just wanted to go over what I look for when I'm bank fishing, like some of the things I look for when these bass are starting to move up. So as you can see here, a lot of this bank here is covered in riprap, like a bunch of big chunk rock mixed in with some pea gravel here and there. But most of the bank here, if you look on down, I mean, it's pretty much the same thing. But what I look for, and we've talked about it before, I've looked for cuts. And right here is a prime time example. You may not see it right here from the angle, but this bank actually cuts in and it makes a sharp turn back to your right. Now, they'll sit right in here. That's a good thing to look for, is cuts in the bank. And when this water comes up, you can see there is a tree. They actually cut it down, but as the year progresses, it will grow and create structure for these fish to hang out on. But I'm gonna take a couple steps down here to the right and tell you where a bass, this is the prime time example of what I'm talking about in changing transitions of a bank. If you look here, we still got our big chunk rock, but if we take a couple more steps to the right and we come up on this little point here, it kind of comes in. We have once again another cut. We have a little swinging point that comes out. But if we look right here, look at this. It's starting to kind of slowly change into a soft bottom mixed with rock still. But if we keep coming over to the right just a hair, right up under this tree here, look at that. I mean, that is prime time, a soft area in a great location for a spawning bass to set up its nest. And they look for stuff like this. This would be a little bit easier for them to just go ahead and kind of create a little bit of space. And not only that, we have this dock here on both sides. We have this tree here. It kind of provides a little bit of protection for this bass to nest. Not only that, but it creates great ambush points for wandering bait fish for them to actually feed on once they are done laying their eggs. So, and if we keep coming on down this way, you see it transitions back over to this chunk rock once again, even to the, I don't even know what this is. It looks like some type of concrete that was laid when creating this marina. But even to this wall right here, this constant change and transition back over to a swinging point. That is the stuff I look for when going after these fish, because I just think it's where these fish, they look for stuff like that. They set up on stuff like this. So that's just a little lesson for the day on what I look for when I am bank fishing, because it is proven time and time again that these fish love this type of stuff, and they will set up on that, especially when they're coming up to spawn, especially. And as the year progresses, more and more bass are going to come in and out of this place, and hopefully I'll come back out here again and show you guys what I'm talking about with this spot, because I can about guarantee you there will be a bass spawning up in this area or not off this point here, because of just the resources that it has right here. So yeah, I just want to take a minute just to kind of tell you what my thought process is with that, and hopefully that can help you guys catch some more fish, because that's why I'm here. I'm here to catch fish, but I'm also here to teach others. I love teaching others, and I love seeing others catch fish. I mean, there's nothing better than that in the world, than seeing the joy of someone else catching a fish when they are learning stuff. Learning. Knowledge is power, everyone. It is power. All right, everyone, we don't have too much longer before our night is officially over here at the Tellico Lake. But I got a handful of casts left in me. But if any of y'all are keeping up to date with, the channel, I like to do something called the Fisherman's Cast. And man, there's a fish right there. There he is. It feels like a good one. Oh, good fish, guys. I'll talk about the Fisherman's Cast here in a minute. You got a good fish. Oh yeah, good fish. Man, right before we call tonight. You come up. Heck yeah. Let's go. Yeah, that's a good one. I don't know if I'm gonna flip him. Stay down. Oh gosh. Oh. Oh, look at that, guys. Good grief. Let's go. Man, look at that fish. Hit a load of that one. That's a good fish now. Heck yeah. Beautiful fish. That's a beautiful fish. I mean, right when we were about done, this beautiful bass come up. He's a healthy fish too. Look at the head on that thing. Man, that is gorgeous. On the spinnerbait. Good adjustment. The spinnerbait came into play. Man, healthy fish. It doesn't look like it's come up to spawn just from the tail. I'm not saying it isn't, but beautiful fish to say the least. We're gonna let him go right here. Let's see. Get down here. Woo! Good deal. Good stuff. And I just realized that water is getting warmer. Wow. Anyway, guys, back to what I was saying. I like to do something called the Fisherman's Cast. And the Fisherman's Cast, it's pretty tough for a lot of fishermen to do, just because when we catch a fish just such as that one right there, man, we want to get back out there and, man, get to casting, 10 more times. But eventually there is a point in time where we have to call it quits. And here in just a minute, I am going to have to call it quits, unfortunately, because I do outwork in the morning. But the Fisherman's Cast for me, it is officially the last cast of the night. And a lot of times when I call the Fisherman's Cast and I truly stick with it, usually a lot of times I'll catch one on the Fisherman's Cast. And not only that, I truly believe that it will transition into the next and future fishing trips to where I'll have a little bit more of a success, a strong start, and just a great day all around. So I try to stay true to that. Now, that sounds silly to a lot of people, but man, it's my thing. And you ask anybody that fishes with me, I call it every single time. I will call it every time. And you guys will hear me call it on this channel a bunch too. I may not call it in my channel all the time, but I will always call it, because I think it's cool just to share. I think it's one of those things. Everyone has their own thing, and that's my thing. So we actually got 2 more casts here, and we're gonna call it a night. All right, guys, Fisherman's Cast. Here we go. Last cast of the night. Rolling a spinnerbait up on these rocks. See if we can't get somebody. Guys, there he is on the Fisherman's Cast. There he is. What do you know? On the Fisherman's Cast. I told y'all, it's not a joke. It ain't a joke. How cool is that? How cool is that? Man, what a great way to end the night. Not a giant, but man, you could not have said that any better. How cool is that? Let's go. We'll let this guy go. Man, I want to say that's 7 or 8 fish tonight, guys. Man, we have put it on him tonight. It has been a phenomenal night. Because I'm going to tell you, past few fishing trips down here, I have struggled. And I just could not find a pattern on these fish. But man, I am super happy to report that fishing is good right now. At least today it is. So, man, let's go. That was great. Alrighty, guys, and just like that, we are officially done for tonight. Man, what a phenomenal night it turned out to be. I ain't gonna lie to you guys, I did not know what to expect tonight here at Tellico Lake, because this lake is notorious for being a super, super tough lake, especially if you're not familiar with it. I know the past couple of weeks for me, I have had an extremely tough time figuring out what these fish have been keying in on, and I think that's really just because these fish were still in their winter pattern, and they were in just some deeper water. I just wasn't around the fish like I know I usually can be when these fish are starting to move up during the spawning season. But man, I am happy to report that these fish have officially started moving up. As you can see, we had a couple fish that looked like they were already starting to, create their nest to get ready to lay their eggs here in the next following months. But man, Fisherman's Cast, I mean, y'all believe me now? I mean, I'm telling you, it's not, I don't just make it up. I've had it happen time and time again, and I promise you it will happen again on this channel. It's just one of those things that I've just kind of picked up over the years, and I just respect it. It's not a superstitious thing, of course, but man, it worked, guys. I'm telling you. So I don't know if y'all want to pick up on it and start doing it yourself. I know it'll be tough to get used to, but I'm telling you, it works. It works. But man, thank you guys so much for tuning in again. If y'all like the content, man, please just comment, like, and subscribe. Give me some more recommendations, man. I love to do all types of different fishing. May even do some carp fishing here soon. I mean, I love catching those guys because, man, they put up just a phenomenal fight. But man, I'm gonna get off here, guys. Y'all have a great night, man, and God bless. See y'all later. Tune in for the next episode of Slaying with Sevy.